Welcome to 3D Accuracy, where I'll talk about 3D printing, 3D product design, and 3D injection and die-cast mold design. You know, I've had this YouTube channel for, I don't know, 4 years, 5 years, something like that. Anyway, I've put a few videos up, 3D printing some parts, nothing horribly exciting. And so recently I've been thinking I should get some videos up, do some things around the shop, see if some viewers are interested, and go from there. I've got my grubbies on, so we're going to be doing some work today. And some of the things that I want to do around the shop and take videos of are things like I've got a new SLA 3D printer that I want to get, and I want to put it over here in this area. And I need to make a workbench for it. It's something somewhat similar to this guy, but what I want to do is make it so that I can fit some of these storage containers up underneath it. And I want to keep it just the size of the SLA 3D printer. I don't want to get it large and long because I want to be able to work on a workbench next to it without causing vibration when the machine is in use. So I want to keep a nice tidy one like right here in this area for the machine, and then have another workbench over here where I can put more storage for materials and things of that nature. Now, before I get to that, one of the other things I want to make a video on is on my object 3D printers. I have one over here, a 333, and I have a 250 over here. And I picked these up a while back, and I want to refurbish them and get them all cleaned up and going and running. And so I want to do a video on that process because these machines require what's called a KVM switch, I believe, if I've got the name correct. Maybe I don't. But anyway, I can look that up. And when I get to that video, I'll have the information ready at that time. But you need to connect a computer to it. And these two printers have an internal computer also. And the KVM switch allows you to use the same keyboard and monitor and flip from the internal computer on the machine to do some functions and the external computer to do things like process the files and then 3D print the parts. And I want to get these guys up and running and do a video series on that. But before I get to that, one of the things I want to do right now is I want to renovate, refurbish the shop. I want to paint. I've got paint for the walls. And I also want to put flooring in here. I want to clean this up, and I've got some peel and stick vinyl flooring, a wood pattern that I want to put in a herringbone pattern on the floor. I think it'll look nice. I've already taken some out and spread it out on the floor to see what it looks like, and I was really pleased with how it looked, so I thought that's a good deal. I want to do that. But before I get to the flooring, I've got to go around the entire perimeter of the shop and touch up the concrete. I've got places where it's very rough and it's got cracks and, you know, little holes and that kind of thing. You know, typical shop. And I want to get that cleaned up and seal all the cracks along the drywall. Then I've got to patch all the holes in the drywall. You see, I've got a lot of holes here, and there's a larger hole up there, and I've got a couple I know behind some of these things because previously there was storage cabinets along this wall, and they were poorly done. They were made out of wood, poorly done, kind of rickety, and I thought, well, do I want to refurbish that, or would I rather have the space and just tear it all out? And I decided to pull it all out. So I need to fix the walls. I need to fix this door. You can see it's sagging. There's a bigger gap on this side than there is on this side on the top, and it's rubbing hard up on this corner. So what I need to do is pull the pins out of the hinges, the middle hinge and the top hinge, and then tip that door up. I'll put a wedge in the crack and see how much I need to bend the hinges in order to pull the door up straight. So I'll rework that door and then fix up the bottom. I need to get new weather stripping down there, make sure it seals up good, that sort of thing. So before I get to doing all that stuff, I need to get these things out of the way, which is the project for today. All this stuff needs to move. I've got some boxes and things need to get out of here. I actually have my yard equipment in here as well for gardening for my other business, Great Garden Products, and I have a YouTube channel for Great Garden Products as well. And what I'm going to be doing is tying the two together because I need these machines running to 3D print some masters for doing some rubber molds for casting parts that I want to sell on Great Garden Products. So I'm going to tie the two together because they're interrelated. But for now, what I want to do is get this stuff out of here so that I can move these machines and this workbench and the toolbox here in the corner with my support cleaning apparatus machine. I want to move all these things out because I want to work this wall and this back wall first. I want to do the concrete along the bottom, patch, clean up all the holes, wash the walls so the paint will adhere properly, paint, seal all the cracks. I've got concrete paint for painting the border. I've got like a very light gray paint for the walls, and I've got a bright white trim for all the trim pieces, and for the door, I'm going to repaint the door inside and out. And then after all that's done on this wall and the side wall and across the front, then all these 3D printers and all the workbench and desk in this area need to move over this way. And then once I have them over here, now I can work this corner and start laying the flooring. So I'll start in the middle of the room, which is right about here. I've already measured it out, and I'll start laying tile. I'll start laying the floor going in that direction to the wall and then spread it into this area. And then once I have this area done, then all these things can move back. And then these other 3D printers and this big 3D printer over here can move in that direction, then I can do the flooring over here. So I just kind of gonna work the room, you know, one area at a time and move things out of the way. My biggest challenge is this big printer here because it weighs, this one weighs 900 pounds and this one weighs 950 pounds. This one I can move easily. It's on good casters and I can move it all by myself, no problem. This one here, it has a little bit older casters on the bottom. They're not real happy about rolling. So it's a little bit of a challenge to move this machine. I can do it, but my biggest concern is because the casters are a little stiff, is once I put the vinyl flooring down and I need to get this machine back up on top of the vinyl flooring, I don't want to damage the edge or the flooring after I've put it down. So I want to just, you know, do a small area here of the flooring, just enough to be underneath the machine, and then get the machine back up there before I complete the rest of the flooring. I don't want to drag that machine, you know, a long distance across a new vinyl floor because I know it's not good. I also have some masonite sitting around here in the shop, and I'll lay that on the floor and use that to get the machine over into position so that I don't, you know, drag it across the vinyl too much. So anyway, that's what's on the agenda today. First, we have to clean out all this stuff and all this stuff along the wall so I can work this wall and then the side wall. And so I'm not going to bore you with making a video of moving all these things. I don't think anybody would appreciate that. So what I'm going to do is just stop this video or pause it. And then once everything's out, then I'll restart it, give you an idea of what it looks like with everything gone. And then once that's done, then the next thing is to finish this wall, finish that wall, and then start the flooring, move the equipment, move the 3D printers, and start the flooring. So anyway, that's what's on the agenda for today. It may take me longer than today to move all these things because I have to find a place to put them, clean it up a little bit, and get it out of here. So it may take me until tomorrow even to finish moving all that. So anyway, that's what we're up to. Okay, stay tuned, and I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you're ever in need of 3D product design, 3D injection mold design, 3D die-cast mold design, or 3D printed prototypes or production parts, please feel free to contact me. You can find contact information in the video description. I look forward to hearing from you and to being of service to you. Thank you for watching. As always, I appreciate it. See you on 3D Accuracy's next video.